Hey everyone, welcome back to the Basically Sisters podcast. I'm Ashley.
And I'm Natalia. Happy Monday.
Boop, 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 boop.
Ooh.
Happy Monday.
We need like a little
we need a little jingle. We've been saying that too.
Yeah. We might have something coming. We don't know, but
shit. Y'all know anybody?
Y'all let us know.
Is it y'all?
Is it y'all?
Y'all make jingles?
Y'all want to give us a jingle?
Send a DM. Let us know.
You want to support a small business? Let us know.
Facts. We'll give you some credit. But I don't know the payment. We're gonna have to chat.
Yeah. But yeah,
anyway. Might be through Afterpay.
I'm weak.
No, I'm playing.
But anyways, happy Monday. Yeah, and we know you guys saw us last week with a little bonus episode, but we're here again with our regularly scheduled programming. New episode. We've been grinding these episodes out because
baby, when we say grind,
like, if just to give you some context, it is. Should we even tell them what time it is right now?
It's 11:30.
It's 11:30
on a Saturday.
On a Saturday night.
Like you know what people our age are doing on a Saturday? Socializing, gallivanting, the streets.
This is socializing, though. You know what? We enjoy doing this. So
no. I'm not saying we don't enjoy it. I'm just saying.
Yeah. No, I agree though. We're really putting in work because we're trying to just fit in where we can. Anyways. Let's talk about the real thing happening. Happy International Women's Month and Day.
We just came off of Black History Month. It's a great time to be a black woman, let me tell you. You know what I'm saying? We had Black History Month. Now it's Women's History.
Yeah.
Please. We're up. But shout out to all my badass women. I know a lot of them.
Yeah, we know a lot, honestly.
And I'm very grateful for that.
Yeah. So,
that's why we're so, like...
We might have to re-drop, like, what we said. We might honestly re-drop that reel from last year when we said it was Happy International Women's Day.
Yep.
And, like, treat the woman in your life.
And that stands true to this day.
Yeah. If you're not getting flowers for your woman on at least once this month...
Facts. Shame. Feel shame. Not even your mama.
True. With that, do you have any updates? I don't really have many. So
you could support, last month I said you could support a black-owned business. Now you could support a woman-owned business as well this month.
Yeah.
Perfectly poured. Yes. Okay. You could get some candles. You could get a little car diffusers. I sell those too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So.
Yeah. Follow her on Instagram.
No need to support, big business.
True. Support a woman-owned business. If you didn't, during Black History Month, you should have supported a black-owned business and continue to do so.
Okay.
And then Women's History Month, at least support one woman-owned business, a small one.
Who doesn't like candles? Come on.
Yeah.
They're quality too. But yeah, do I have any updates? No. I've just been working round the clock, grinding it out. Working for the life that I want to have.
Yeah, it's been a lot of a
lot of late nights and early mornings. I really think also just the update is I genuinely think I am anemic, and I tell people this all the time. But yeah, I just wanted to drop that because I'm cold right now.
Oh yeah, it's kind of cold. Actually, it was like pretty warm out.
It was nice yesterday.
The day we're recording this, but
was it nice today?
It was 50 outside.
And then I was cleaning out my car. Just started raining.
Yeah, it was like downpouring today. It was like. Wait, but the weather's so weird, high key. Like it's just weird. I don't know. I just feel like
winter.
It's supposed to be winter. And I know a lot of people like don't complain. Like no one likes cold temperatures, but I'm more scared than anything. Like
it's actually alarming because then we're gonna get a freaking snowstorm in April.
No, I'm talking more climate change. Like, what is happening?
No, I know.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, the weather, it's like everything's, like, shifting. Like, summer gets hot in, like, July now. It doesn't really get that hot in June anymore.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, when I was a kid, like, June, it was hot. Like, playground, I was sweating, baby. Okay?
Yeah.
And now it's like, oh, okay. It just starts to warm up. And then into November, it's still warm.
Yeah. I don't really know, honestly, what's
we used
happening.
to get white Thanksgivings.
No, literally. It's just
Now
weird.
we don't even get white Christmas,
we don't get
white
anything.
Thanksgiving.
We've gotten like one snowstorm, which is like, it's weird to me. I don't know. Living in the Northeast and the early spring thing, you saw like the whole groundhog hurricane early spring.
Also,
Why is that a tradition?
I don't like that because then everyone from every other country looks at us like we're fucking idiots.
I feel bad for the groundhog.
Facts, because like,
Have you seen the video? It's like, I actually feel bad. It's kind of just like startled. Like, why are we doing?
Oh my god, no!
It's sad. It's sad. Yeah, I saw it.
That's also like, I'm not even gonna go into it. It's just dumb. Why is it a groundhog to tell us, hey, spring's coming early this year? He doesn't even know what's going on. He's like, why am I here? Why am I here? Who's paying me to be here?
Yeah, I don't.
That's sad. And it's the same one every year.
I don't really know the tradition, but
All right, someone inform us.
let us know. It's weird. It's honestly weird. But yeah, anyways, we're getting
Gotta
early
love
spring.
America with the traditions.
No, literally. I am hyped for spring though in summer. Like I do.
Oh yeah, me too.
I realize like I'm like sometimes like we go through like these cold winter like depressing months and then it's like this it starts to get nice. I'm like wow, like I forget how much of a vibe and like
literally.
mood like change it is when you go from like
No, it's like
and
life's
the fact
actually
that you can
worth
make
living.
it through winter. Like if you can make it through winter, like I feel like people who like live in like where it's warm all year round don't know like the struggle to make it through a winter. Like it's hard.
It's
I
tough,
give ourselves
man.
a pat on the back every year we make it through because it's intense.
It's not. I think it's getting better now, though. At least for me, like, because when I drive into work, like the sun is coming up, and then when I leave work, like the sun is still like moderately out.
Oh yeah.
So like now it's not bad, but December.
No, November, like the end of November.
Oh yeah, that was like
End of November, beginning of December. It's like what is this?
it gets me so pissed.
Yeah.
But we move.
Yeah,
There's
what can
4
we do?
seasons in the Northeast.
Yeah,
child.
I do appreciate the 4
So-
seasons, and I do appreciate like snow to an extent. But I think it looks nice when it snows.
Yeah, it looks nice for the 30 minutes before it gets dirty.
Yeah, I know, and then
it gets
cleaning
disgusting.
it. But anyways, we'll stop complaining. That's kind of our
Yeah, that's our
I don't
update.
even know how we got to that.
Yep.
But yeah, that's our update. I don't really have many updates, honestly. But yeah, anyways, well, with that, should we jump into our episode?
Yeah, what's the topic today, girl?
We're
You steering the ship today. And you do most days.
We're talking deal breakers. You know, I just had an idea. This just popped in my head because I feel okay, this is kind of where it stemmed from. I feel like we're very overstimulated by, I mean, we're kind of contributing to it. We're giving unsolicited advice.
Facts.
But
Sorry, y'all.
there's a lot of like dating advice and all these like dating, oh, if this person does this, that's it. If this person, like, if your boyfriend doesn't do this, like, it's clipped. Like, why are you with them? Like, I just feel like there's there's just too many deal breakers now that it's like, I don't like. What do we even want to be in relationships? It's
Facts,
like
yeah.
the vibe I'm getting from like I feel like everybody's journey is their own. You have your own deal breakers, and there are some that's like, all right, like that should be a deal breaker. But some I'm like, all right, we need to stop listening to social media sometimes. Like the big one that I saw was like, especially during like Valentine's Day, was like, oh, if your boyfriend doesn't do like all these things, like the balloons or like the rose petals, or like if he doesn't do something super elaborate, or like, oh, there was like girls if they didn't get asked to be like their Valentine or something.
Oh yeah.
It's like a whole like, there's just all these like things where it's like becoming like, and people are kind of getting stressed out like, oh, should this be how my relationship should be? Is this the kind of person I need to look for? Like, I don't know. That's kind of where this idea came from. I want to talk deal breakers, what people are saying online, and like what yours are, and we can talk about like what mine are too. But yeah, so that's the topic. A little background. So what I'll start off with first is I told Ash to come up with some deal breakers. She couldn't come up with any off the top of her head, but I think as I stated,
Can we tell them how much time you gave me
Yeah,
to come up with a like really?
Which sometimes you can't just think of them on the top. Like I'm gonna list
Exactly.
Okay, so
she gave me like 30 minutes, y'all, before I came over. She's like, oh yeah, by the way, come up with a list of deal breakers. I'm like, girl, don't run a list, baby. Oh, I can't recall it.
So these are like, someone posted this on Reddit, like, what are your top deal breakers? So I'll just list a few. First one is history of infidelity.
Ooh.
I guess let's talk about each of them really quick before we. That is a tough one. Like, I agree where people get that, but it's like, that's also, does that mean somebody can't ever get a second chance? Like, we do not condone cheating at all. But like, please, no. I'm just saying.
That's a tough one. That's a tough one because I don't want to say it's like a case by case situation, but it kind of is, because I think someone cheating when they're 19 with their, high school sweetheart, and they both went to different colleges, and someone cheated on, that's different versus like a husband cheating on his wife at the age of like 40. You know what I mean? Like,
right. Or someone cheating levels. On like, I don't know. Cheating is cheating, and it's horrible. Obviously there's different levels. There's some where both people cheat because they're just both unhappy, and there's some where it's like one person's checked out and they cheat, and the other person like did not see it coming. Yeah. So, but do I think that they never get another chance at love? Like, you can still learn. Like, some people are like, it's the biggest mistake they ever made. Yeah. Like, I don't know, but that is hard. Like, would you date somebody that has a history of cheating?
I don't know. Because to me, honestly, I don't know. It's really a case-by-case basis, because, again, I'm going to look at someone different, like, oh, they cheated on when they were 19. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily that it's okay, but I would like to hope that you're more mature now. At 25,
well, 26. What if they cheated on someone, like, in their last relationship? It was, like, a year or two ago. But they're being honest with you about it. Ooh. Again, I'm not condoning cheating. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't know. That's
worse, them telling you or not telling you? Because some people don't say it in their next relationship, and then they find out. Then the other person finds out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It depends. I really don't know. That's a good one. You stomp my ass. Because I really don't know. Because it's like, that would be like, if you were dating somebody that you told me they had a history of cheating, I would kind of be like, I wouldn't necessarily, we would have to look at all the pros that they have and the cons, and that would be on the con side. You know what I'm saying?
That's very difficult. I'm telling you, like, if you cheat once, like, that can ruin your reputation. Because, like, how can somebody trust you?
But it's also like the person too that they cheated on.
That's true, because sometimes they might like, not even we had really a horrible relationship, and still doesn't give them the right. Sometimes it's like, why don't you just
break up
and do whatever you.
That's a toughie. I don't know.
What would you guys do? Is that a deal breaker?
This is a good question. I would have to. I don't know, because then it's also like, if you're already in the relationship with the person, right? And they're like, yeah, like you're talking about previous relationships, and they're like, oh yeah, my last relationship, like, I did cheat. Like, are you gonna ask more? Like,
well, I feel like usually like it comes up.
Like, so why?
Before.
I don't know. I think time frame also matters as well. Low key.
Yeah.
Because, like, okay, 19, okay, I'm still giving you the side eye, but at like 20, like, you cheated when you were 25, like a year ago. Why? What was your reasoning?
I mean, people cheat at like 30.
No. I'm saying, like, if I was dating someone now, our age, and they cheated like 20, 24, 25, I'm going to be like, that's a little too soon.
Yeah,
What do you think? What are your thoughts on this?
I mean,
it's a tough one.
If you told me you were dating somebody and you're like, yeah, but here's the thing, they cheated on their last relationship, I would probably, like, it would be very, like you said, they would have to have a long list of pros and really show me their,
that changed.
But then and I think if they would have to tell you be honest about it and like why they did it and like what they learned from.
Exactly.
And then I feel like they would need to have a lot of pros going for them, because I think it'd be worse if they didn't tell you or something, because and then they were like super nice and you find out later, because then that would feel like they could like get, I don't know, then I feel like they would just do it again. In a way.
I don't know.
It's that's a hard one.
That's a tough one, because there's a lot of different factors.
There is. And I feel like it's hard because everyone should have a second chance. You know what I mean? Now,
I just don't know if it's going to be me that's giving you the chance, baby. You might find somebody.
For people who cheat like multiple times, it's like, all right, I don't know what to tell you at this point.
You're not learning the lesson here.
Yeah. That's an interesting one. What are y'all's thoughts on that one? Or do you know anybody who's like cheated and hadn't?
Have y'all? No judgment. But I'm intrigued. I'm also intrigued to know why people cheat, because I feel like I've heard all the like, oh, you know, like the usual things, but is there like other reasons too? Like, I just don't get it. Like, why don't you just break up?
I don't really know that many people who have cheated.
I don't know. I don't think I know anyone that's cheated.
At least like directly close to me, like friends wise.
Yeah,
like,
I don't think so.
I've known people that have gotten cheated on.
That I feel like is more common, which is so odd. We be friends with the ones that get cheated on.
Yeah, that's just
grimy. Anyway,
regardless, let us know what your thoughts are on that one.
Yeah, I'm very intrigued what your guys' thoughts are on
that. Next one. Poor financial understanding or just bad with money.
That's... Damn. I don't know if that's necessarily a deal breaker. I would have to understand more of what their relationship with money is and why it's that way.
I agree. I think it'd be more of a red flag.
It'd be a red flag. I don't think it's necessarily a deal breaker.
Right. I think we've also described this on one of our previous episodes, the difference between red flag versus deal breaker. Yeah. Where deal breaker is like, no. Red flag is like a warning sign, but you could continue.
Definitely a question mark.
Question mark.
Deal breakers are like absolutely not even a question mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it just depends. Like, I would need to know why you're like not financially like savvy. I'm not saying I'm goddamn that financially like savvy either, but I mean what does that mean though?
I think like it could be like a lot of credit card debt goes into like the negative, like really bad credit score. Let's start with really bad credit score.
I don't think that I don't really see that really as being like a horrible thing at our age, because we are pretty young and a lot of people run up credit cards in college, so they're trying to bounce back from that.
That's true. I think it's like, how are you rebuilding?
Yeah.
What are you doing now rather than
exactly like
your past? I get it.
Yeah, credit score is like, all right, that's yes, your now, but that's also your past. So it's more like, okay, how are you with money now though? Like, do you understand that was wrong to do?
I feel like for me, it would be like my thing is when I see someone who's bad with money. Now, this is just from my personal opinion. Somebody who spends money they don't have. That's one. And then, well, that's difficult though, because there are cases where you do need to use a credit card. Like, for example, you do need to like run into money you don't have, because if there's like, for your car breaks down and you need to have $1,000 fix, you put it on a credit card. You know what I mean? Or if like there's a medical bill or something, like you're putting it on some sort of line of credit. I get that, but I'm saying like buying material things like bags and like, I don't know, just things you don't necessarily really need, and then putting yourself into debt. Like, that to me is like,
I think that would have to be, you can't be doing that now. Maybe if that's something you did when you were 19 and you just got your first Discover student credit card.
Right.
Okay. I get that. But now?
Oh, yeah, no. Now, no. And Yeah, I mean, that would be my first thing. And then, like, I don't know. I just feel like somebody who's just, like, not cautious about, like, their spending habits in a way. Like, I don't know. I see some people, I'm like, how do you, like, for me, it would be more, I'm sure you feel the same ways, because it's like, if you see someone who's not good with money at all, like, how do you build a future with them?
Yeah.
If, like, because I feel like at this point, like, you're trying to look for somebody that you align with financial, like, you want to align your lives together, and, like, if they don't have good money habits, then it's like, how are you going to build a life together, or the life that you want? Like, they could kind of hold you back if, like, they're, you know.
I agree.
So yeah, would that be a deal breaker for you?
Again, I would need to know the background. If you're running it up on your credit cards now, knowing damn well you don't got it like that.
What if they're buying you something and they're going into debt for it?
No, that's a red.
That's a red. I think. Yeah.
That's no.
I see guys do that, and I'm like,
it's never
if
that.
If the girl
deep.
thinks it's like, oh, like no.
Well, realistically, right? Say you do marry that person, then that debt becomes your debt. So really, you're paying for whatever the hell he bought you 10 years later.
That's true.
So, don't do that. If all you can afford is a $5 bouquet of flowers at the moment and not a Louis Vuitton bag, that's okay.
True.
I'll take the flowers. Like, why? Going into debt because of me is crazy.
Yeah, no.
No. Don't. My name's not Bennett. I'm not in it, baby. Like, don't. That doesn't make no damn sense.
I'm weak.
People do that, though, and I'm like, is it ever that serious? Because then it's like,
no.
You can't even, like, really afford that. Like, how is that, like, that's a red flag to me. If I know your pockets and I know you're not having like that, and you whip out Louis Vuitton bag,
I would be like, what are you doing?
I'd be like, is this real? No shade, but where did you get the funds from? Then I'm going to be raising an eyebrow.
I'm weak.
Is this real, or is this from Canal Street? So just stay within your price point.
I'm weak.
But yeah, it just depends.
Okay.
It could be a deal breaker, though.
Okay.
They doing it now, living beyond their means, just because they have a decent limit. Credit cards.
Oh God. All right. The next one is overly religious or politically different.
What's overly religious? What is the line?
I guess more religious than you are, or like one who strictly follows like.
I mean, I think if it's a different religion, that's a deal breaker. It might be a deal breaker.
But you're saying the same religion, if they're like really, really religious, you would be able to do it.
That might be a deal breaker too.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, what are they following to a T? That's
true. What are their morals?
Like, is it like, oh, I should be kind to people? They're following that to a T. All right.
Well,
but
I think overly religious is like,
what, like cult-like?
That's another extreme. And I don't want to say anything because I don't want it to seem like there's a bad connotation or like both being over religious, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I feel like it's like they go to church. I don't know honestly what over religious. Like they're very strict about the principles in like whatever practice they're following.
It depends. Again, they're gonna be like, "What the hell is this episode?"
No, but, literally.
I mean, it really does depend because I'm not opposed to you going to church every Sunday.
I don't think that's it. I think it's somebody who's like.
I think it's more so. Are we on the same wavelength when it comes to religion? One could be more religious than the other, sure, but like to what extent? What are you following to a T? Back to my point. That's the part. Like, it really just depends.
Yeah,
and then what was the other part?
Different political views.
That one's...
Both of those would be deal breakers for me, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah.
Because those are just different values, in my opinion.
Exactly.
And I think that's a core piece that, like, is hard for a relationship to work if you have different values.
Yeah, I agree. I think political... Yeah, exactly. Because it's just... Your values are different, which is fine.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that necessarily is going to work long term. You know what I'm saying? If you have kids, you know what I'm saying? What values you're going to teach them two opposing values?
Yeah.
And they kind of have to choose.
Some people are like, they can make the political one work. I'm like, personally, I don't think I could.
I think it's different as
if it's too
a minority woman.
Yeah.
I think it's different because there's literally political individuals trying to take away women's rights.
Right.
Hispanic rights, black rights, like just rights in general.
Yeah,
so I think it's, and they're targeted directly towards Hispanic and blacks. So I think it's different.
Yeah.
When it comes to that.
Yeah.
That's especially like when people say they're neutral. I'm like.
Neutral to me just sometimes feels like they don't really care as much, but
which is fine because honestly, sometimes I be tapped out low key nowadays because I just
sometimes
get stressed.
You have to tap out a little bit because I agree with that point, but I think it's like if you're having a discussion and they just literally don't care about any of the issues and it's kind of like
yeah. So what do you care about?
It just means you just have different morals, in my opinion.
I agree,
but yeah,
I think those may be deal breakers, depending on. The religious one, that one, I would have to hear more about and see, like, all right, how to a T are we sticking to this? Because technically, the Bible says no premarital sex, so we're sticking.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that like like living together.
Exactly, like how to a T are you? Like how strict are you about it? I think that's. Well, we would have to see that. Because if it's like strict, like then I'm like, babe, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I'm the one. Yeah, I don't know. Probably.
But yeah, that one.
Those are kind of
deal breakers. I agree. This one's kind of funny. This is just a random Reddit post, by the way. I mean, it's like very top liked, but someone's like someone whose friends are sketchy. I have learned it's a reflection.
No, facts.
That's a personal experience, clearly.
No, literally. No, I think that's definitely a deal breaker because they always say, and my parents used to always say that too. It's like whoever you're around, people think that you're like them. You're like-minded.
Yeah.
Why are you hanging out with sketchy people? And I don't even want to understand what makes them sketchy.
I don't want to understand what makes them sketchy. I haven't had that situation. Sketchy? Like, what is it?
Yeah, like what? Y'all in the back alley?
Yeah,
like what are y'all doing?
It's different, like, okay.
Like
sometimes
secretive?
There's friends you don't like that you might not get along with of, like, your person.
But sketchy?
But sketchy. What? I agree. It's like, why are you friends with this person?
Yeah, no, because then I'm really gonna look at you crazy. Like, what piqued your interest to have a friendship with them? What was like, yeah, bestie.
I want to know what this person's experience.
No, I really wish.
I've learned it's a reflection.
That's low key.
Yeah, it's not the best. I would say that might be. That's a red flag.
That's a deal breaker. Because if I'm thinking your friends are like doing some shady shit,
yeah, I agree.
Then you're probably doing some shady shit. You have a group of like 5 friends, and you're the only one not doing. They're all doing shady shit.
They're all sketchy.
And yeah, they're all sketchy, and you're just like the angel. Nobody.
Oh God,
It'd be different if they're like, no, but even like that, like, because I was gonna say it'd be different if they're like all friends from high school and like the friends are like shady, but it's like, okay, you know, like you're friends with them for, you know, old time's sake, like, you know, those are your friends from high school. Maybe, but
I
as
agree.
in our big
But it'd be
age right
different.
now,
It's like, listen, like we're not as close anymore.
yeah, if it's like your besties and they're sketched out.
Yeah,
I'm looking at you like, oh, you're probably gonna rob me. Like, what is?
Yeah, this is just that would just be like, I wouldn't.
I like wait to see like what
would you feel completely safe is my thing. Like I just wouldn't.
I would love to know what the sketchy.
I want to know what sketchy means.
What to the person?
I want to know what this story was. But anyways, yeah, I agree. Deal breaker.
Sketchy. Because low-key, we went to school with some sketchy people. We might have to crop that out, but
someone who doesn't work out.
Shit, that's not a deal breaker for me because I can't say a damn thing. Granted, I'm on my health journey.
Right, but I feel like it's different if you have intention.
It really depends, honestly, and
that one's more of like I would say like a red flag than like a deal breaker.
I don't think it's
honestly,
it's not a red flag.
I think it just depends on the person. Well,
what's your reason why? Because
what if it's someone that just doesn't care
excuses.
about your health? Like workout for physique, okay, that doesn't really matter as much.
I can't say anything. I really can't. I don't.
But you're saying if someone's like, I don't like if they're having health issues and they need to get out and go for a walk, kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, then that's a red flag. I wouldn't say it's necessarily a deal breaker.
Yeah, you're right. Deal breakers, yeah, that's a bit dramatic.
I mean, working out, that's its own mental game.
I agree.
And that plays into how people, you know, whatever past traumas they have, like, you know, if they were bullied in school, like, do they emotionally eat? Like, all these different things. So, it really just depends on the situation. I don't think it's a red flag. I can't say shit either because I be trying to work out, but I be busy.
Yeah.
But people say that's an excuse. Whatever. I only have 24 hours in a day, which I'm trying to prioritize it because it is important, realistically, especially now that we're young and we're able to move our bodies and, you know, eat clean and we have access to all these things. I definitely need to, like, which I've been doing in the new year, utilizing.
Right.
But it's really just like a mental thing too.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I feel like if that's what you're like, if you work out a lot, then I don't know, honestly.
I think it's also just your background as well.
I think it's why don't they work out? Are they lazy? Do they not? Is it just not something they enjoy?
But was that made like a priority as a kid? Like, did you play sports as a kid? Because then I feel like that's completely different.
Right.
Because like I didn't play sports as a kid. Like my exercise was gym class, and you know we be bullshitting in gym class. I be going hard with pickleball though, and badminton. But you know what I'm saying? I think it's just you got to think about the back, like where they come from. Like, okay, like for you, like you played sports, like you were very athletic. You would work out, well, do work out. I'm not saying
yeah, well, not as much, but yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Like it was always kind of a priority for you. Whereas me, I didn't play sports, so I didn't necessarily feel the need to like, oh yeah, I gotta work out. Which
well, yeah, I think you didn't. It wasn't like a habit that was like kind of stoned into you from a very young age.
Exactly. So, I think that's an important part of it, but I don't think that's a deal breaker for me. For some people, it is.
And honestly, it depends on the context.
Yeah, I get why it would be a deal breaker for someone that takes their health very seriously.
Yeah.
And they want their partner to take their health just as seriously as they do. Obviously, health is important, you know?
Right.
But, I mean, we could work out together. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I think that's something that can be... I feel like that's a trait that could be changed.
I agree. Yeah.
I don't think that's set in stone.
Right. And I think when we're saying workout, like, for me, it's not necessarily this person doesn't go to the gym. I'm just thinking somebody who, like, does not care at all about being, like, physically active. Because the physique, for me, the least important thing about working out is physique. Like, yeah, everybody wants this nice physique. Okay. But I think it's more of, like, just, like, having some sort of daily movement in your life, or, like, at least a few times a week, because it's very important for your health. And I feel like that's more of where it comes from on my end, is like I'm seeing it more of as somebody who just does not care about their health at all, who doesn't do like anything to like move their body at all.
I can't say.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're at least actively tried in the times you can.
Exactly.
But some people are like, like, I don't really care. That's not really my thing.
But and
it's people, and it could be people who naturally, like, you know, like people who naturally just don't gain any weight at all, and they don't feel the need to, like, I feel like any person needs some sort of, like,
everyone needs,
whether it's going for a 20-minute walk every day, or like literally doing a 10-minute workout at home, doing something active is like very important. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree, but I definitely wouldn't call that.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, it's hard to say. Yeah. Any addiction.
Ooh.
But this could be like anything. They said like, yeah, like alcohol.
That's a red flag.
Yeah, addiction.
That's a deal breaker.
Yeah,
actually.
That's a very big deal breaker.
Any addiction to bad behaviors.
That too. I'm trying to think of examples that aren't like drug, alcohol related, because there are addictions that are like.
I mean, like gambling.
Gambling, yeah.
I mean,
what about video games?
I think an addiction to anything.
I agree, because then it's like, if okay, and here's the context behind addiction. An addiction is where you can literally it's more important than literally anything in your entire life.
Exactly. That's a deal breaker for me.
So yeah, I agree. Especially, I think it's different for somebody who's like, oh, I used to be addicted to like video games or something, and it's like they're overcoming that. Mm-hmm. Then I think that's a little bit different than someone who's like actively addicted, not doing anything to like.
Yeah.
What about cigarettes? Or like tobacco?
Deal breaker for me.
I know, yeah. That's a tough one. A lot of people say that they couldn't do that one.
Addiction to alcohol, drugs, cigarettes, tobacco, gambling, video games. Deal breaker for me.
Yeah.
Because that's like you said, like addiction is like it's the most important thing.
Yeah, like
I mean, like cigarettes necessarily. Okay, it's an addiction, but at times it's not necessarily it's the most important thing in their life. It's just, they just smoke.
But you'd be willing to. I think when it comes to an addiction, is that like usually somebody who's addicted to something, they will do anything. Yeah. So I think, and that's a tough situation to be in. But yeah, I could see it. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that would just be a deal breaker for me. Honestly, it's just.
That's a hard one, because it's like, yeah, I don't.
Because just for me personally, I think that would just be a deal breaker.
Yeah.
Because that's hard. Because that could cause so many issues in a relationship, especially like addiction to alcohol, addiction to drugs, gambling.
Oh yeah, those. I mean,
like those
anything
big
money,
ones,
especially money related ones.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh God.
That's what I'm saying.
I agree.
Bye house.
Okay. The last one is self-love. If you don't love yourself, or you aren't happy with your life and not willing to make changes, that kind of thing.
It would be more of a red flag for me. But also, I don't know. Because things like that, it's like, that's a tough one, low key.
Yeah.
That's low key.
I feel like for me though, you can tell. You can tell when you're like dating. Like before I met my boyfriend and I was like on the apps, even just from conversations on like dating apps, you can tell when somebody is insecure or projects their own, like, just by the way they treat, like,
Yeah.
being on that, that's a whole other story, like, of just some of like the men you run into on these apps, but like the insecurities they project, but just how they like say things or treat or like kind of like to degrade women, or just saying like things that are just like not, I don't know. You can tell that person is just insecure and doesn't really love themselves, because I feel like somebody who really loves themselves and is happy with their life is not really bringing people down or degrading people like that or saying these kind of things. I just find that if you don't love yourself, it will really show in a lot of insecurities.
But I also think there's a spectrum of that.
True.
Also, because yes, everyone should love themselves, but like, self-love, that's a journey.
I agree.
And that's not something that most people, that's not a phase that most people just arrive to.
Right, yeah.
So it's more of a, okay, you know, maybe there's more that you would like to accomplish. I mean, also change is difficult. I wholeheartedly believe that, like, I don't like change.
Mm-hmm.
I know a lot of times you need to make change for any progress, but I get that also. Like, change is scary. You know what I'm saying? So, like, okay, if there's certain things that you're not happy about and you're not, why aren't you willing to change it would be more my question. And then that answer would determine if it's a deal breaker or not. Because if it's just as simple as, you know, like, you know, I don't really like new things, like, like, okay. Like, I get that. Because jumping into something new, like, oh, okay, you hate your job, but this is the only job you've known for the past 3 years or 4 years or whatever, you know, or whatever. Same in any context.
Mm-hmm.
If you've been doing something for a long period of time and you're not necessarily happy with it, and everyone's just saying, oh, change, like, just find somewhere else to go, and you're comfortable, that's hard.
Yeah.
To jump out, just free fall and be like, all right, new job, put myself out there. So I get that part, but if it's like, oh, you don't have self-love and you're just projecting onto everyone, absolutely not.
Well, I just think somebody who's negative too, like on their situation all the time, like that just negative.
Well,
and then that's just like somebody you don't even really want to be around.
So there's this guy on 90 Day Fiancé. Yes, I still moderately watch that show. From time to time. I don't have much time to watch it anymore, but there's this one guy. Oh my God, I forgot Rob. His name is Rob, and the girlfriend's name is Sophie, and she's from the UK. And her mom calls him Rob the Knob.
Oh my gosh,
that's like an insult in the UK. But basically, like, Sophie, like, lives a pretty nice life in the UK. Like, she has money. I don't know if she drives a nice car, but she has a nice apartment. Like, she's always kind of had that. Whereas, like, Rob, he lives in Compton, I think, or like Inglewood, like, studio apartment, no bathroom. Like, it's a shared bathroom outside. She's from the UK. They met on social media, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he's from the US. So she came to Compton and whatever. She's like, which I'm shocked, because the way he portrays her, he acts as if she's like snobby. You know what I'm saying? And she's like, she's kind of just like rolling with the punches just out of the love that she has for him. But he projects onto her so bad, and you could tell it's like he doesn't love himself. He's insecure about where he is in life, like all these different things. And it's like, now that is a deal breaker. I don't know how she's still, no matter how much, you can't love someone for them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I get it. She loves him and she may see potential in him. But if he's treating you like that, then it's like, how much does he really love you? And then how much does he really love himself?
Yeah. I don't know. I think anyone at this age, like dating anybody deeply insecure is just like,
yeah,
to a point. Like everybody has their insecurities. I'm not saying like, and like you said, self-love is a journey. It's not like, okay, one day we're here, I love myself. Like it's a journey, but I feel like to have like very deep insecurities where you're projecting that onto other people is, I don't know, for like that would be a deal breaker. And I'm sure it would be for you too. And I'm sure 100%. It is for most people, because it's like, why would you want to like, I don't know. That's when like I feel like toxic relationships start forming. And
no, yeah. And then that's the thing. That's when toxic relationships form, and then they end, and then both people have that trauma from that relationship and bring it on to
new
ones.
Yeah. So
and that's how it spreads. So yeah, that's
I think that's a deal breaker. Yeah.
Oof. God.
But yeah, anyways, that was our conversation on deal breakers. That could go on for a while. But
what are y'all's deal breakers?
Yeah, what are y'all's deal breakers? I would love to honestly get a guest on here and talk more about deal breakers.
Yeah.
I want to talk about your deal breakers specifically. What are you looking for?
Oh my God.
I want to know what Ash is looking for. Maybe an episode.
Everybody wants to know what I'm looking for. This has been a hot question. Everybody be asking me. I'm like, baby, I'm looking for the money.
Oh my God.
I'm working towards something. Okay? So that's my main focus. But yeah, I mean, I'm down to do one. But
that might be in the pipeline.
Yeah, I'll have to write down a list.
Yeah, you'll make your list.
Maybe she'll actually give me
more advance.
Give me a little bit more time.
But yeah.
That was a good episode. But yeah, I'm intrigued. What are your guys' deal breakers? With any of the ones that we talked about, are those deal breakers for you? Like the ones that we said aren't, are they for you? And vice versa? Let us know.
Yeah, let us know.
Because if you listen on Spotify, we could do a Q&A thing.
Oh, that's true.
So
let us know, honestly.
You could interact while you listen.
Yeah.
Because I would love to see. And we might put it on our stories.
We might honestly do a story. Maybe for the next one, have people write their deal breakers and talk about it.
That's a good one.
But
also a good one.
Anyways, with that, we're going to jump into the Put You On segment. Okay. Yeah. So what are you listening to? You got to put the people on.
Yeah, let me put the people on. This is so random. I've been going through like mad different, I don't know what vibes I'm on lately. I don't know. Back Outside with, I don't know how you say this girl's name, Anicia and Lotto. That's good. Sunday Service by Lotto. Been on repeat. Stand Up by Stunner Girl and YG. Crazy song. I don't know if that's going to go on the playlist because that can just completely deter the vibe. So, but also highly recommend. And then I just been low key in my 50 Cent bag. I don't know what's going on. Like I don't usually.
Yeah, you told me you're.
I don't know what's going on. I'm here for it though. You Not Like Me, Back Down. I've been getting back in my Pop Smoke bag.
Oh, really? Wow.
Oh, my gosh. I'm like low-key disgusted with myself because, like, some of the songs come on. I'm like, do I not remember the words?
The fact that it's been almost, 4 years since he passed? Almost 5, I think. I think he passed in 2019. Yeah.
Yeah. It's, crazy. But, yeah, I've been listening to a couple songs by him. Yeah, that's basically it.
Okay.
Going in my little weird pockets. That's my gym music. So now I just listen to it all the time. I'm just in a very grind mode in my head.
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just trying to find a balance. But in the meantime, like, I'm like one of those people, like, I need like music.
Yeah, I agree. I listen to a lot of like, the thing is, I listen to music and I just forget to like mark the ones I like.
That's the
I'm like, this was
worst.
good. I need to start being better about liking songs that come up.
Oh yeah, I like you know what it is for me? I find like a lot of songs on TikTok, and my bookmarks are outlandish on TikTok. Like, and I never go back. I never go back.
Yeah,
to bookmarks.
I mean, do you not have collections?
Hell no. I don't.
Collections save your life. If you ever like, I have so many collections. I like recipes, places I want to go to. Like it's
mine's just and
like
that
makeup tutorials I'll never watch.
No, it's like the workouts like I'll never like do at the gym, but I bookmark it like, oh yeah, if I get a wild hair up my ass one day, I'll do it.
A workout save is just so funny.
No, like, literally, I promise you, I never go.
And then it's like when you actually need to reference it, you can't find it.
Can't find it. Can never find it. And it's like, what? Who was the creator? So then you try to find their account.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, because it's like realistically, who's whipping out the TikToks at the gym? To follow along.
Then it's
like, do y'all have a PDF version? Because then, then I'll whip that out at the gym. You know what I'm saying? Follow that. Watching this 1 minute video on repeat.
Yeah, no.
To figure out what the circuit is crazy. That's crazy. Like a YouTube video is different. You know what I'm saying? Because then you could just follow along real time.
Mm-hmm.
A 1 minute TikTok video. You're looping that. You're giving that creator some views.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
That's hilarious.
But
what are your...
I'm trying to think. I've been listening. I mean, you heard it when you showed up.
Honestly,
I've been listening to a lot of I'm not a lot, but recently I put on some like old Justin Bieber. I was a believer. I'm not ashamed to talk about. Honestly, still am.
We still are.
I'm still like, I'm trying to that Eras tour.
Now that's what the people need to start rallying over.
Yeah,
just like how everybody rallied in support of Megan Thee Stallion. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We need to rally for our Eras tour.
No, because I need that.
I don't care about the price,
because I already know it's probably gonna be his last.
Because
tour.
My inner child, that's priceless.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I would drop a few
Justin
hundred on
Bieber
that.
goes on an Eras tour. I'm in there. Please, it's gonna get ugly. Like I'll be in there. I'll probably be crying up in there. I'm not gonna hold you. And when he changes like the older songs like to a lower octave.
Oh yeah, no. Oh god.
Oof.
Yeah. So there's a lot of songs from him I've been vibing to. Let me think. What else?
I'm gonna stand on it. Journals
is.
I think that's his best. Because you know why I think that's his best? Because I think the other ones we listened to prior to that, it's more of a nostalgia, like, oh, Justin.
They were still bangers.
No, they're bangers. Don't get me wrong.
But yeah, I
bangers.
agree.
But Journals was the first one where he had creative control, because that's the type of music he wanted to do.
I think he still wants to do it,
but the label wouldn't let him do it, and he put that out at the time where kind of like he was in that bad boy era, like they were painting this image of him. Because he was like bad. In hindsight,
when he kept like singing, that was sad.
In hindsight, he was just doing what normal teenagers, young adults were doing. So he wasn't really bad, but shit,
I hope
if he had to go, if they had to do that for him to put out that banger, Journals.
Yeah.
Sorry, Justin.
He
had to go through that, bro.
Yeah, that's his. I think that's one of his best. That's his best album.
I think it's his best album.
I don't really listen to as much of his new music as much. I've listened to a few of them. I think it's more pop-esque. But all of his music is kind of pop before. But I just think it's not. It's still really good. I think he's still very talented.
Yeah, he's definitely talented.
I just think his old music is like some of his best, and then Journals,
Journals. I
mean, he's got
It's no skips. It's crazy. It's crazy. And that was when he was dropping a song each week. Remember?
Yeah.
And then it was compiled and it was Journals.
Yeah, he was telling us on Twitter.
Yeah.
That was, But yeah, so I've been listening to a lot of him.
What's your favorite Justin Bieber song for the people?
Oh God, I don't have one.
I know.
There's too many
There's
that I
way
like.
too many.
And he's got acoustic versions for a lot of them. Like it's like, which is better? The acoustic
usually hits.
Like there's songs of him I didn't really like that much, but then the acoustic version.
Facts. The rendition.
I'll never forget like the song "Boyfriend."
Yeah.
I never really loved that song, but the acoustic
8 now. Shut up.
What was the name of that album? It was like "Believe 2" or something.
No, I thought it was
Believe. He did a whole acoustic album.
Yeah.
And like they all hit
bangers.
He's very musically talented.
I love me some Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
And I know problematic low key.
Yeah, he does some problems.
But you know what?
You know what?
I'm not gonna lie. He has bangers, and I still bump him.
Yeah, he has bangers.
And I don't feel bad about it either.
I think you mentioned it on one. I really do like 21 Savage's new album.
Oh, yeah.
Prove It's probably my favorite song on it.
I said that last time.
Yeah, you said that last week, which I was like, okay.
It's so... I wish I was, like, in love. Like, that's such a, like, cute little love song to me. That's my type of love song.
Yeah, it's a great song. And I love Summer Walker.
God.
She's so good.
She's so good. I really...
yeah.
I would... But her concerts I probably couldn't go to because a lot of people say they're not good. Because she doesn't really, like, do much.
I was just thinking that I like. There's some people I don't feel like I need to see live.
Yeah,
I wouldn't necessarily. I really like her.
Yeah, I love Summer. Oh, even though it's another problematic one, but what's up with all of these people?
Yeah,
problematic as hell. I mean, y'all. Anyway, great song.
Other than that, I've been listening to just the usual on repeat. But I will say there's a podcast I want to highlight. I've been listening to a lot of podcasts actually.
Oh, okay.
I've been back in my Bachelor era.
Oh Lord.
I wish you watched this so we could talk about it together. But I listened to this pod, Two Black Girls, One Rose. It's like one of my favorite. Like I listen to it every time it drops.
Yeah.
I just die laughing because I just need somebody to like kind of debrief the show because no one else I know really watches it like that. So I listened to that and it's great. And then I listened to there's a few others. One is called Sincerely Jada. I'm going to link them down below. I do want to start highlighting some podcasts, some smaller ones that do deserve their credit and their flowers because we know as it is, it's very hard to make it in the podcast space. And there's a lot of people putting out really good content. So the one I'm going to highlight this week is Sincerely Jada. I listened to a few episodes and she had some really good like guests and like people on. So yeah,
I need to start getting in my podcast bag low key because now at work I kind of can. So I should start.
Yeah, you should
looking into them, and we do follow like a lot of great podcasts.
Yeah,
too.
and this is one that actually does follow us and we follow them. So I want to give her a listen, and she was really great. If you're listening, I love.
Hey girl, what's up?
But yeah, that's kind of all I have today for the Put You On segment.
Yeah.
But anyways, this has been a long episode, and it is 1 a.m.
Y'all
so
don't
we're
even
ready
want to know the half of what this girl.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of editing on this episode. But
no, literally.
Yeah, with that, we will catch you guys in 2 weeks.
Yep.
So we hope you guys enjoyed the episode. You already know what to do. Follow us on everything. Follow the show on Spotify and wherever you watch us. Make sure you follow the show so you can stay updated with whatever episodes we drop. And write a review if you can. Rate, share the podcast, whatever you can to help promote us. It's Women's History Month. So
yeah, now that could be your good deed. If you don't want to get your mom flowers, just share our podcast.
Share the pod.
We'll
but yeah, with that, we'll see you guys next week.
Yep.
Happy Women's History Month.
See y'all.
Bye,
y'all. Jesus. Bye, y'all.